wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer one line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
Visiting team will score will be the Konowa Tigers, and the home team will score will be your Wilburton Lady Indians.
Well, welcome back to Wilburton, Oklahoma one more time. Today's championship Saturday. Two teams going to continue their path to the big house in OKC. And for everyone else, their season ends here, Dion.
Certainly does. It's been a nice run, but only two teams can move on, and we'll get to see them try to achieve and reach their goal to making it to the big house.
Well, today, our first game of 4 is going to be the championship game of the consolation bracket on the women's side. It's going to be the Wilburton Lady Diggers taking on the Konowa Lady Tigers. Tonight's starters for the Lady Diggers are going to be number 1, Cindy Vanderberg, number 2, Haley Stanford, number 11, Casey Ratliff, number 12, Cheyenne Spears. Keep an eye out for her, as we've seen in her previous 2 games, being impactful on the hardwood. And lastly, number 32, Jenna Halsey for Wilburton. The starters tonight for Konowa are going to be number 3, Destiny Rowe, the Ortizes, 11 and 12, Cashin and Charlie, number 14, Kimberly Soar, number 21, Caden King for the Lady Tigers tonight.
Yeah, a number of girls, especially in that starting lineup, that's done tremendous things throughout these last couple of days that we've been covering this tournament. But the one that I have grown fond of, and the person that you need to keep your eye on, is number 12 for the Lady Diggers. Miss Spears has been a driving force behind this Wilburton team, and she, other than yesterday getting in some early foul trouble, but you got to commend her because she was disciplined. She got 2 quick ones in the first. I don't believe she got another one the rest of the game, and she helped them move on to this consolation championship game.
Well, we're underway here in Wilburton. This is going to be the last game for both of these teams this season. And Spears there going to pick up an early travel. King and I to watch out for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, she's the one that provides the offense for the Lady Tigers, and you can see her driving to the basket as she gets rejected.
Rejected there by Vanderberg. And Vanderberg able to hold on to it there. That foul going to go on Destiny Rowe as we take another look at it here.
King drives to the basket, and looks like Vandenberg does a nice job defensively of recovering.
And Vanderberg's going to get it here. And another foul committed by Konowa there. Going to remain Lady Digger basketball as Cashin Ortiz going to pick up the foul early here in this championship game. And uncharacteristic play so far for Wilburton, committing another turnover on a 5-second call in the inbounds. Important to note here, both these teams playing their 3rd game in 3 days.
We'll see how that affects them here in the 4th quarter. Although, you know, high school basketball, you start to play a lot of tournaments nowadays on weekends and during the season.
And a big 3 there early goings for Destiny Rowe of Konowa. As Wilburton not ready for the inbounds, Ortiz going to steal it away and force Spears to commit the foul there, sending her to the line. Early game jitters here for Wilburton.
And getting up is number 14, Kimberly Soar, and she seems to be a little shaken up at the moment.
First free throw for Ortiz is good. Anderson going to check into the game for Stanford. And second one falls for Ortiz as well. Gonna have to outlet it there to Halsey. And it looks like Konowa's head coach able to get the timeout there.
Yeah, and Wilburton looking a little flustered at the beginning of this game. That time doing some reverse passes, and Anderson just gets it stuck on her hip. And because of that, the Lady Tigers jump on it and get the timeout, and they get the possession.
Well, while we have a second, let's talk about how both these teams got to this point. Wilburton coming all the way through in the consolation bracket, whereas Konowa had the early first-round loss against Van Nuys in the winners bracket and able to rebound and advance to today's championship game. Konowa looking to extend the lead here. Ortiz going to shoot a corner three. It's going to draw front iron. But offensive rebound for Konowa. As King follows her miss, but can't get the second attempt to go. And we've got another jump ball down low. That one going to go Konowa's way. Looks like Ortiz might have gotten hit in the nose there.
And it was a good job by King being aggressive early. You could saw the baseline drive, just couldn't get it off the backboard in the angle that she wanted. Does a good job of going up, though, and getting a rebound, but still doesn't fall.
Well, checking into the game is Isaacs, and she comes in right away and knocks down a three.
And you got to remember, last night, Isaacs was the saving grace for this Lady Tigers team offensively, coming in and I believe hitting 10 points in, I want to say, under 6 minutes.
And also had lots of hustle plays, laying her body out on the floor to go for loose balls. As we take another look here at that Isaacs three-pointer.
You can see it's just a straight line dagger, and it seems to do her justice and finds the bottom of the net.
Well, Konowa basketball once again. Wilburton has no answers thus far in this one. See Spears there playing on King, but she's going to rotate off now. Picks her back up. And Isaac's going to reset the offense for the Lady Tigers.
I like that the Tigers are being patient, just running the offense, trying to find something, not rushing it. Kimberly takes the shot.
Looks like there's going to be an over-the-back foul there. Looks like that one might be on 21, Caden King, I believe. Or no, it looks like they're going to get Isaacs with that foul. Vanderburg not able to draw the foul there on the drive to the rack. And the drought continues for Wilburton. King with it down low. Gets an unfriendly bounce off the back of the iron. And Wilburton's going to try now to chip into this lead a little bit. Wide open in the corner is Vanderburg. She can't get it to fall. Going to be pulled down there by Soar.
It's good vision by Spears to see her on the other side, bounce passes across. And Vanderburg shown the ability to knock down that corner three. This time it doesn't fall for her, though.
Good look, just nothing going. As Isaacs takes a three of her own that's going to hit back iron. And Spears Another turnover there. And looks like Wilburton's going to take a timeout. Coach Louder not happy with the performance of his girls thus far, Dion.
Yeah, 0 points on the board. Turnovers, just a little flustered, and he's trying to figure it all out. And he needs to get to them and talk to them, and they need to get started on the right track before it's too late. Only a 8-point lead right now, which is something that you can overcome easily, but they got to get it figured out.
And on the other side, Konowa looking to keep the pressure on this Lady Digger basketball team. Thus far been able to put a little distance between themselves and the home team, as they're going to have the ball here. Lucky deflection there for the Tigers. Sore's going to pass on an open three to find King cutting to the basket to take this one out to 10-0. Looks like Spears is going to her favorite spot over there in the corners. Vanderburg takes a three and hits it.
And they needed that big time. Hopefully that gets these Lady Diggers going offensively.
Isaac's going to answer with a three of her own that's going to draw back iron. But King grabs the rebound, and Coach Louder for the Lady Diggers not happy on the bench over there.
I mean, an easy rebound for King, and she takes it and puts it back up.
And Spears' answer draws front iron, but rebounded by Wilburton. But nothing going on the second chance there. Isaac's going to cut to the basket. And Spears there able to draw the charge on Isaacs. And the other, Coach Louder for Wilburton, getting into it, getting heated at this point in the game as well. Wide open look for Anderson, not going to fall. Offensive rebound to Spears, who's able to go up and get Konowa to commit a foul there. That one's going to be Destiny Rose, second of the game. As Spears.
A rare miss for Spears on the free throw line.
Last night had those clutch free throws against Talahina, but nothing going for her at this point in the game. Gets a second one to drop. Konowa still with it. As Ortiz goes strong but can't get the finish. Wilburton the other way. And Isaac stands in there and draws a tough charge once again.
She took that one like a real basketball player. Take a look at that. Once again, hand in the sky. Takes the blow and falls to the ground. And we're going the other way.
Vanderburg picks up her first foul on that charge. As we've gone under a minute here, as King's going to take it once more to the rack and not going to get a bounce, but we're going to have a foul down in the paint. Looks like that's going to be Destiny Rose, third of the game. 3 quick fouls here in this first quarter. Looks like she's going to get replaced by White Killer. Cross-court pass here. Good ball movement to find a cutting Halsey. Too strong. Ortiz takes it coast to coast, nothing there. As Wilburton trying to find some points here to end this first. And Spears able to answer there with a good cut to the basket.
It's the first time you've kind of seen Spears be aggressive other than that last one on the baseline where she had a nice assist, but Vandenberg missed the corner three. She needs to do a little bit more of that in this second quarter.
And Ortiz's prayer at the buzzer a little short. This quarter's going to end Konowa 12, Wilburton 6. Wilburton mounted a mini comeback there to limit being down 10-0 to just ending this quarter 12-6. We'll step away and bring the second quarter of action after these messages.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the expressed written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.
Well, welcome back to the start of the second quarter here for the Consolation Championship on the girls' side of things. As Vanderberg's going to take an early three and knock it down once again. Bring this game back to 3 points after being down 6 early on.
I'm telling you right now, there's been some other players on this Wilburton team that's, scored offensively, but those 2 threes by Vandenberg has really kept them in the game.
Ortiz has a wild shot, but able to follow or miss. That's going to be taken away by Vanderberg. And we have a scrum right in front of us. Looked like there might be a slick spot on the court or something.
Yeah, that was a rough 10 seconds of basketball right there.
Isaac passes on the three.
I'll tell you one thing, Isaac is going to have to be able to dribble penetrate the next time she gets that ball in the corner or on the outside arc, because they're starting to come up in her face really aggressively and play her really tight. She's going to have to take advantage of that and blow by some of the defenders to loosen them up so she can get that three-point shot like she likes.
Another matchup to note. When Konowa has the ball, looks like Wilburton's already decided to put Spears on King. To try and lock down Konowa's best player.
I mean, at least to block her out, because she's doing a good job of grabbing rebounds and getting back up with it.
And that foul they're going to call on Cashin Ortiz, going to send Spears back to the line. Has the opportunity to bring it to a 1-point game as she hits the first free throw. 7 early fouls here for this Konowa Lady Tiger team. But can't get the second one to go, and the lead remains at 2. King with it here.
The Lady Diggers are looking good defensively on this series, and it's forcing Konowa to call a timeout.
And it looks like it'll be just a 30-second timeout here. So while we have a second, we'll let you guys know that next week, Bravado Wireless will be covering more high school basketball within the 2A to 4A areas. Tune in to learn who's going to make it all the way to the big house in OKC. Of course, these teams not in contention, but we have 2 other games tonight where we will see one team advance their season. Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if the Lady Tigers have been able to put something together to stop this run that Wilburton's been on here. And that foul's going to be on Jenna Halsey, the senior, her first of the game.
And that's something that they were trying to protect that whole defensive series, trying to not allow that ball in the middle and not get them the easy shots on the inside. And great block by Vandenberg right there as Spears takes it down the court all the way, goes for the layup, and it's in for 2.
And just like that, Dion, this game knotted at 12. After the cold start for Wilburton, they've been able to answer the bell and tie this one back up about halfway through this second quarter.
At 1 point down 8-0, climbed all the way back, and now it's tied 12-12.
Over rotation there, White Killer gets it down low but can't hold on to the pass.
And just a tough, hard pass by Ortiz. And I don't know exactly if she needed it to be that hard or if she just threw it a little bit out of control. The White Killer doing her best to try and control it.
Well, Wilburton here trying to take their first lead of this one. As Vanderberg makes a great cut to the basket, even better finish to take the lead here.
And great job by Stanford, the point guard, seeing her and getting her the ball at the perfect spot so she doesn't waste a dribble by getting it back up.
And once again, that one goes in and out of the hands of White Killer. As we take another look at this cut by Vanderberg, just slips behind Isaacs and able to drop it in. Lady Diggers looking to extend here. Hard screen by Halsey at the top of the three-point line. As Spears can't handle it, Soare's going to take it in transition and get swatted by Stanford and going to fall into the goal partition. Hopefully she's okay, gets up. But crazy sequence of events there.
She came around her body and tossed it. That was a very impressive athletic play by Stanford.
Spears with it here, and she's not having the greatest of games today, loses it once again. As Konowa trying to find an answer after going ice cold on their end.
And rejected by Halsey.
Take a look at that Soare block. Just comes around, like you said, Dion, and sends it back.
We got ourselves a little block party right now.
Halsey comes out there with the rebound. Vanderberg running the offense down the court.
And they call a blocking foul on Isaacs this time.
Looks like her third foul of the game.
Really? Wow, 3 fouls early. And and I was unaware of it. So somebody on, and there you go. Coaching staff doing a good job of communicating that to the head coach and letting them know that Isaacs has 3 fouls.
Well, Vanderburg able to go 1 of 1 at the 1 of 2 at the free throw line to extend this lead to 3 points now for Wilburton, as looks like the Lady Diggers are going to try to ratchet up the pressure on the defensive end. Ortiz able to cut through it and bring this back to within one here, late second quarter.
Nice dish by Spears, and nice finish by Halsey.
And Soar passes on a 3 there, but Ortiz won't. And Ortiz can't get it to go.
Same sequence of events.
And count the basket. Isaac gonna pick up her 4th foul there. Strong move by Vanderburg to get around and put that one in.
That was an athletic move indeed. Doing a good job knowing Isaac, knowing what she does. It's been the 3rd time that she's been down there.
And completes the old-fashioned 3-point play.
3rd time that she's down there on a fast break, trying to take the charge. Once again, Vandenberg knows what she's up against, and she does an athletic move in getting around her and lays the ball up. And that's 4 fouls on Isaac in the first half, and I'm surprised to still see her in this game.
Well, crucially, with this Konowa Tigers team not incredibly deep, Destiny Rose sitting on the bench with 3 fouls, one of the starters. So options are starting to become limited on that Lady Tiger bench. And Ortiz gets a friendly bounce.
That's King doing a good job of getting that friendly bounce. What an athletic play by her, floating in the air, and a teardrop shot.
And they're going to wave the basket off.
And they have to get Isaacs out of this game. She's still playing like a person that has 2 fouls.
Looks like that one's going to be on Kim Soares. Looks like Rowe going to come back into the game here for the Lady Tigers as Halsey hits on her first attempt. And in fact, Isaacs does come out of the game. And Halsey is 2 for 2.
You can't hook around. You saw it was blatant. The referee was right there. Ortiz tries to get around, hooks her, and it's going the other direction.
And again, these Lady Tigers in foul trouble. That's going to be Cashin Ortiz's 3rd of the game. And Spears commits the second 5-second violation of this game for Wilburton. Having troubles on the inbound. Six-point game right now. As Ortiz going to take Spears off the dribble. Not able to cut to the basket and get it to go. But we're going to have a held ball, and the possession arrow going to favor Konowa here.
That was a good drive by Ortiz. She just couldn't finish it at the rim.
Soar hits a big 3 when they need it to bring Konowa within 3.
Under a minute left.
Spears' 3 draws front iron. Going to be last touch by Kim Soar trying to get the long rebound. Not able to bring that one in. going to remain on the Lady Diggers side of the court. And a costly turnover by Spears. And Ortiz can't get it to fall, but it's going to remain with Konowa.
And Spears is very much struggling with that inbounds pass, and nobody's doing a good job of working to get open. They're staying right by there, staying connected with the defenders. Nobody's working to get open, and it's not her fault. I mean, one maybe, two maybe, but the third time, that's your teammates.
Well, Rowe able to hit the first free throw there to bring it back to within 2. That foul on Sydney Vandenberg, her second. As Rowe not able to get the second one, but the basketball will remain with Konowa. And now Rowe's going to hit a three of her own and retake the lead here.
Impressive. You got to watch out for number 3 at the three-point line.
Ratliff all alone in the corner, going to pass. On the shot, remain Konowa basketball.
And Spears loses the ball again.
Rowe gonna hoist a shot. Great job by King to hold on to that. And it looks like Vandenberg gonna commit a foul there. Gonna be her third, if that's on her. It is indeed, that's her third foul.
That's very costly.
Couple of crucial players for both sides getting in early foul trouble here. It looks like a little confusion there. The official called something there.
Because I thought he was waving off the basket as in she didn't get the ball off in time, but she clearly got the shot off in time.
Be interesting if we can get an explanation there. But we have a great one so far for this first game of championship Saturday, Dion. Our score in a tight one here. Konowa, that big three, able to go up 23-22.
And we thought it was going to be all Konowa and the Lady Tigers to take this one when it was 8-0. But doing a good job as Wilburton fighting their way back. But both of these teams in crucial foul trouble right now. It's going to be very important that they play a disciplined game in the second half if they want to get the win here on Championship Saturday.
Well, we'll be right back for that second half. Don't go anywhere here on Bravado Wireless. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold. Go Bravado.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Stick around because we're cooking wild.
are called to be bold, to live out loud, to make the most out of every moment. You share these moments with your friends and family, side by side, across town and across the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection, coverage, speed, service, the latest technology. These aren't options. They're not special offers. They are obligations to you. We believe in building a community, your community. Bravado Wireless.
Hey there, have you heard? Bravado has deals for days.
You mean like a free smartphone?
Why, yeah.
With unlimited talk, text, and data for just $40 a month?
You're darn tootin'.
Then why the blazes are we talking on these?
Make the switch to Bravado today and fall in love with a brand new free smartphone. See store for details. Find locations at bravadowireless.com/boldmove.
Baby, you're the boldest.
Bravado Wireless. Experience the power of connection.
Wilburton, Oklahoma for championship Saturday here. As the halftime break is over, we are in a tight one here. Konowa up 23-22 over Wilburton. The away team on the scoreboard, but effectively playing a home game here. And interesting to see there, Dion, they didn't put Spears on the inbounds play here to start this second half.
And I mean, honestly, I think it's better because I think Spears knows how to work to get open better than her teammates do right now. So I'd rather somebody else throw it in and I'll let her be the one that receives the ball.
Well, that's an early foul there for Caden King, her first of the game. It's going to send Spears to the line, who's able to get her first free throw to roll around and drop. And drains the second one to put Wilburton back in the lead.
As I expected, though, you could see Vandenberg not in that starting lineup to start the second half. With 3 fouls in the first, she's going to need to sit for a little while. Let's see if her teammates can do it without her for a while.
Anderson there with the active hands to deflect that pass and force Konowa to reset. And King can't get the mid-range to go.
And Ortiz knocks it out of bounds.
Looked like she tried to maybe poke it out of the hand of somebody from Wilburton as Spears throws it away. A little bit behind there on Anderson. It's going to allow Konowa to get another offensive possession as Soar hits another corner three.
And I mean, Kimberly Soar has been the player who's getting the hard-nosed plays, the big-time rebounds, playing hard-nosed defense throughout this tournament. I did not expect this performance from her offensively coming into this game, but she has 2 big threes, count them 1, 2, and 6 points on this game.
Yeah, in the previous 2 games we'd seen with her, kind of had more of a lunch pail mentality, played good defense, got rebounds, but here, being effective on the offensive end as well. And that one's going to go off a Lady Tiger and remain Wilburton basketball. Lady Digger's able to get that one in.
And that's a clear foul on Ortiz right there.
Sloppy foul there. It's going to be her first of the game. As Wilburton going to run the offense here through Stanford. And that ball's going to go Konowa's way as, again, the struggles continue for Cheyenne Spears. Good find to Ortiz down low.
Good defensive presence by Spears.
Ortiz couldn't get the bounce off the backboard she needed. Halsey wasn't ready for that pass. And we have a scrum on the court. Wilburton gets it in to Anderson. Spears going to take a 3.
And a big-time 3 from Shayna Spears.
And going to put the Lady Diggers crucially back in the lead of this one. Good ball movement there, but Spears going to be able to poke it away before they could find Rowe down there on the block. Going to feed King. Going to force Shayna Spears to pick up the foul there.
That's going to be her second on the game.
Spears doing better this game with her fouls. Picked up 2 early ones yesterday as King able to tie this one back at 27 with her first free throw. And the second one puts Konowa back in front. And Anderson going to get trapped. But Lady Diggers able to get a timeout just in the nick of time there, Dion.
Yeah, they are, and they're just having so much trouble in this backcourt right now with the way Konowa is pressuring them and guarding them on those inbounds pass. You can see the frustration on the head coach's face. Anytime they need to get the ball from out of bounds, it's a struggle. And it's unfortunate because they have the athletes to do it. Like a simple outlet pass, they can get it. A jump ball, they can get it. But the decision-making on the sideline isn't there right now.
Well, out of the timeout, Wilburton basketball here. This game's gone back and forth.
And honestly, again on this inbounds pass, you just need to tell your best athlete, go face up and then jump. Go throw the high ball. Go up and get it.
Be able to use the height to their advantage. But on this inbounds, as we talk about it, they don't have a problem getting it in. As Stanford able to sneak behind the defense and put one off the glass and in.
Haley Stanford having a quiet game, but still a nice one.
And no call there, just going to be an out of bounds. Going to remain with the Lady Tigers here. And Cashin Ortiz going to get called for traveling. Only allowed 2 steps.
Sure it's not 3?
Depends if it's the NBA or not, I suppose.
That's called a Euro, man.
And after committing the traveling, Cashin Ortiz going to commit the foul there. It's going to be her 4th. And the Konowa head coach can't believe it. Nor can the Konowa faithful that made the journey here today. And head coach Justin Lauder is going to get teed up. Officials had enough of him. Going to tee him up.
And with a 1-point game, that's big time. That's big time.
Take another look here as Coach Lauder.
And you can see the assistant coach seeing it coming, trying to save him, but was just a little too late.
Oh, Caden King going to shoot the technical free throws here. Hits the first to tie it back up at 29. And the second to hit 30.
And you can see her head coach over here sending death stares at the referee. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get in the line of sight there.
Yeah, if looks could kill.
Indeed, Stephen, indeed.
No, King puts it back up and gets it. 4-point swing right here after the technical. That's going to put Konowa up 3. Spears trying to signal for the ball. Stanford doesn't recognize it. Anderson able to get it over to her. Spears going to go to work down low. Gets it to fall.
And they might have missed the travel right there.
Well, Konowa back on the attack here.
Good job by Stanford defensively, getting in the passing lane.
After that deflection, this one's going to remain with the Lady Tigers as King answers with another basket.
And that's her move. Working to the right, floater, nails it every time.
As Wilburton now tries to answer after the King mid-range. Looks like the Lady Diggers trying to find something to the basket there as Halsey able to draw a foul. And looks like it's going to be an inbounds, not free throws. They're going to call that on the floor.
Run back. It's simple enough. You guys have to work to get open. They're putting the inbounds passer in a terrible situation.
Well, Anderson's 3 going to hit off the top of the backboard there. But yeah, to your credit, Dion, this Wilburton Lady Digger team really, really struggling here on the inbounds.
They've given up so many precious possessions on just the inbounds pass.
It looks like Konowa going to slow this game down. Just going to hold the ball here. As the Wilburton student section letting them know what Konowa's tactics are. But again, no shot clock in high school basketball, so all within the rules. As you can see,
and honestly, Wilburton, seems, content with letting them go ahead and running the clock down.
I was gonna say, Cashin Ortiz is over here on the near side by us, and whenever the student section called out, boring a little smile, a little smirk there on her face. And the Konowa fans
not appreciative of their comments.
Answering the Wilburton student section as we've gone now under a minute here. Konowa just running the last 2 minutes off of this clock. I mean, there's drives in football that don't take this long. And now finally Ratliff going to go out to pick up Ortiz. King's going to cut to the basket for another floater. But it's not going to go. Stanford's going to have to go fast to get something at the buzzer.
It looked good. It looked like it had a chance.
And nothing there as we end the third quarter after Konowa just okay to run that clock down there. Going to take the 3-point lead into the fourth. Konowa, what'd you see there holding that ball? What'd you think of that?
I mean, it was an interesting strategy, and I was just surprised by the tactics of the Lady Diggers. They didn't seem like they wanted to press the issue either. They wanted to, they were content with this 3-point law. I mean, being behind 3 points and just taking it into the fourth quarter. So interesting to see. 2 minutes left, and we get 2 possessions out of it. But, fourth quarter, hopefully this doesn't cost them this game.
Now, as we head into the fourth quarter, it's the last quarter for both of these teams this season. Who's going to have to step up to set their teams apart to come out with the victory here tonight?
Well, first of all, Vandenberg sat out that whole third quarter, had 3 fouls. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of dynamic she brings when she comes back into the game. On the other side, it's going to be interesting to see Isaacs had 4 fouls. Do they bring her into the game? And when they do, it's interesting to see if she went cold while she was sitting down there. A person who's a streaky shooter, had some good shots in the first half. It'll be interesting to see how those 2 players coming into the game impacts the game.
Well, as you might have heard, the horn went off as we're about to set up for this final quarter here on Championship Saturday. We're in a close one here, a 3-point game. Could go either way. As we get set here to start the fourth. And an early turnover here for Wilburton.
And a good job by King defensively, gets the tip, and Ortiz is able to handle the ball. They're going the other direction with it, with a 3-point lead.
And they're going to have Spears on Cash and Ortiz here. Three for Rowe in the corner, gets it.
And I don't know how they let her open in the corner, knowing that's her spot, knowing that she can knock those down. That was a lapse in judgment by the defense. And now it's a 6-point lead.
Well, with that 3, like you said, 2-possession game here. As they're going to get, looks like King with the foul there. Going to be her second of the game. Right idea by King, but couldn't do it without fouling. Vandenberg in her spot. Can't get that one to fall. Going to be run out by Cash and Ortiz. And earlier in this game, we had a technical called on Wilburton's head coach. Those 2 free throws, take those away, it'd be only a 4-point game right now. Pass too high for King. Gonna give this Lady Digger offense a little bit of life here, possibly. Spears, corner 3 of her own, sinks it. We're back to 3. Spears gonna pick up at half court on the defensive side. That pass just slipping below her hand. Looks like, as we take another look at this whole sequence of events here, that row 3 was good, and then Spears able to leak out to the corner, get a 3 of her own. Looks like Stanford going to come up with the foul here for Wilburton.
And entering the game for the Lady Tigers, Isaacs coming off the bench, still having 4 fouls.
Great ball movement here by the Lady Tigers. Trying to cause Wilburton to over-rotate here. Ortiz going to take a 3. It's going to be an air ball. Isaacs not going to be able to save it in the right spot, but just couldn't do it without being out of bounds. Wilburton has a chance to tie here. Wilburton able to find Halsey down low. She's going to kick it back out to Spears. Rejected by Kim Soar. Able to put a paw up there and send that one back to Spears' face.
And Spears kind of late with the jump shot. She hesitates a little bit, and it gives Kimberly Soar a time to react, and she gets there and knocks it out of the sky. Pretty impressive defensive possession by her.
Looks like they're going to get Charlie Ortiz there with her second foul after the block. And good read there by King. And a bump foul there by Jenna Halsey. Going to be her second of the game. King saw that they wanted to go down low to Halsey and was able to step in front of that pass.
Yeah, great anticipation by here. Spears didn't see her soon enough.
And that one's going to be thrown right to Sydney Vanderberg. And she's going to pull up a 3 that's going to get the shooters roll and tie this game at 37 apiece.
And they said, nobody's going to guard me? Y'all forgot about me? So I rested the whole third quarter. I've been waiting for this, and she knocks down the big 3 ball at the top of the key.
And another turnover by Konowa. Stanford going the other way with it. And they're not going to call anything there.
Take a look at Vandenberg and this roll that she gets at the front of the rim.
If you're wondering what the shooter's roll looks like, that was it.
Definitely.
Well, it looks like they're going to call King with a foul. Her third of the game, going to send Spears to the line. Shooting free throws, able to hit the front end of the 1-and-1 and take the lead in this one. And gets the second. As Destiny Rowe going to come back into this one for Kimberly Soar. And just like that, Wilburton back in the lead of this one. Halsey able to get a piece of that one.
Almost gets the steal.
King thinks about it, but decides otherwise. They feed King down low.
She's going to get the jump ball. Great job by Stanford.
Gets in there. Basketball going to remain with Konowa, though. Able to safely get that one in. Ortiz finds a cutting King. And they're going to get Rowe with the foul, I believe.
And that was a great job by Vandenberg getting over the top and getting the tip to herself.
And Destiny Rowe's going to foul out with 5 fouls here.
Vandenberg is going to go to the free throw line, but I gotta make you aware of this. On that last possession where she gets the tie up, it looked like she broke her nail, and it's going to be interesting to see if this affects her free throw.
It's also important to note that we make sure that looks like the clock has been running. Don't know what that was about, but Destiny Rowe has come out of the game with her 5 fouls. Replacing her is Kim Soar. As things sound to be getting heated between the Konowa and Wilburton fans. Now the official's going to talk it over. A little bit of confusion here in Wilburton. Why would they have run the clock to double zeros?
Well, I'm guessing they just ran it all the way down. There's something going on with the clock, and they're trying to figure out when the clock started messing up and how much time should be on the clock at this moment.
Well, they're going to send both benches, or both teams to their benches. Wonder if we might have a replay of what the clock was at whenever that foul was committed. And it looks like the officials have solved the problem. They're going to put 2 minutes 30 back on the clock. And Vandenberg going to go to the free throw line to shoot free throws. And gets the front end of the 1-and-1 to extend this lead to 4. But can't get the second one to drop.
Right now, Wilburton has to recognize who their shooters are on the floor. Isaacs is definitely one.
Gonna attack Spears. Nothing there as Coach Louder for Wilburton is gonna run in to get the timeout for his girls.
With a 3-point lead. Crucial time right now for both of these teams.
And we'll take a quick commercial break to bring you the last little bit of action here in this championship final. Well, welcome back for the last 2 minutes here in this first of 4 that we have on offer for you in Wilburton, Oklahoma. And we have a good one for you. Wilburton, after being down, has come back to take the lead here 40-37 over Konowa. It's been a physical game, but there's been offense as well. We've even seen a technical foul issued. as Wilburton tries to put this game on ice. And the near takeaway there.
Ripped away from Spears, but luckily falls in the hand of a Wilburton player being Ratliff.
And they're going to get Charlie Ortiz with her third foul of the game, going to send Haley Stanford, the sophomore, to the line. And she knocks down the first to make this a two-possession game. And gets the second as well.
Clutch free throws by the young sophomore. Clutch. With it being a two-possession game, if you're the Lady Tigers, you're going to have to need to score soon.
They're going to get Halsey there with a block down low. Going to be her third, but only the fourth in this half, so no free throws yet for Konowa. Corner three on the way. Going to draw front iron, but Cashin Ortiz going to get the rebound. And they're going to get an offensive foul.
There's going to be a kick ball. They're going to call it out on Ortiz, and they're going it the other way. But this has been the problem all game long, the inbounds pass.
And still having trouble. Going to remain with Wilburton as Stanford almost got trapped in the corner there.
And they got to come back and help the person not only get the inbounds, also the person who gets the ball. It looks like they're trapping. They're going to have to come up and help get the ball from her as well.
Wilburton able to get it in safely this time. As we're under a minute here, and Konowa just going to have to foul.
And that might be the 5 on Ortiz.
Yeah, Cashin Ortiz is going to foul out here with her fifth. And as you can see, the Wilburton student section
waving goodbye.
And it looks like assistant coach John Louder going to talk it over with the 4 other Lady Diggers not at the free throw line. White Killer going to check in for Cashin Ortiz after the foul out. And Vanderburg hits the first to push this to 6. But can't get the second one to fall. King gonna pull up her shot, no good. White Killer gonna take a tumble, trying to get the rebound from Halsey. But all that's gonna result in free throws for Cindy Vanderburg. Gonna be the 4th on King. Vanderburg, the senior, coming up clutch thus far in this game, stepping up when other players are having trouble on the offensive end. And gets the second as well to make this an 8-point lead. Basketball going to remain with Konowa here.
That ball ripped away by Chelsea Holloway.
And looks like Konowa going to take a timeout here to draw something up to get some points on the board. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a quick one as well and bring you the end of this game on the other side.
Hey there, have you heard? Bravado has deals for days.
You mean like a free smartphone?
Why, yeah.
With unlimited talk, text, and data for just $40 a month?
You're darn tootin'.
Then why the blazes are we talking on these?
Make the switch to Bravado today and fall in love with a brand new free smartphone. See store for details. Find locations at bravadowireless.com/boldmove.
Baby, you're the boldest.
Bravado Wireless. Experience the power of connection.
Well, after the full timeout by Konowa, we have 30 seconds left here for Konowa to try and mount some kind of short comeback as Shore gets things going the right direction with another three. They have needed those points tonight.
They certainly have, and she's come up big offensively for this Lady Tigers team. 9 points on the game, 3 behind the three-point line.
Able to hit a big basket when it matters most.
And it's her three-point stance. It kind of almost looks a little indecisive, like she's going to drive, but she's, thinking about it, so she just does both at the same time, and it just, whatever works, man.
If it goes in, it goes in.
So it all counts the same.
That three-pointer going to make this a 5-point game. Konowa, without Cashin Ortiz, she's fouled out. Also without Destiny Rowe, she's fouled out as well.
2 players that you definitely need. Ortiz, a ball handler, the main ball handler for this Lady Tigers team, and Rowe, their main three-point specialist. Both of them out.
Both of them out, and then we have Jalen Isaacs for Konowa and Caden King, both playing with 4 fouls. Able to get the inbounds in. And Charlie Ortiz going to send Spears to the line there. And that's going to be Ortiz's 4th foul. So 3 Lady Tigers on the floor right now with 4 fouls. As Spears gets the first default. But leaves the second short to keep this game at 6. Charlie Ortiz too strong on the 3, and that's going to be King's 5th foul. She's going to be done. As Konowa going to decide who they want to put in for the fouled out King here. Looks like they're going to put in number 5, Kristen Johnson. In replace of her. And also coming into the game is Tyra Yaola for Camry Whitekiller. As Vandenberg again hits the first, playing in what will be her last game as a Lady Digger. And gets the second as well to make this an 8-point lead. As Konowa able to get 2 back and call another quick timeout. They have 1 left. Just to take a look at this Wilburton Lady Digger basketball team, 4 seniors going to be playing in their final game tonight. Vanderberg, one of those who's had an incredible game so far. Casey Ratliff, who's had a quiet night but has contributed in other ways, maybe not on the scorebook. You also have Jenna Halsey, who's been, through these 3 games, dominant down low for this Lady Digger basketball team. And then lastly, Shayna Spears, the senior, who in the first 2 games have been electric, kind of didn't have it maybe today, but has done just enough to help what should be a Wilburton Lady Digger victory, Dion.
Yeah, and although she didn't have the best of ball games tonight, it was still in the fourth quarter when they needed her defensively, she stepped up. And at that free throw line, she definitely stepped up. So you got to commend her for those efforts. I mean, your top dog is always going to be your top dog and is always going to set the tone for your team. And some nights it's just going to be in other ways. And tonight, when it was still crunch time, they still had to call on somebody, and she was that person.
Well, that's going to do it for this one. Wilburton going to hang on to win 48-42 after this back-and-forth game finally comes to its conclusion. For these seniors, a great way to end their season, but for Konowa to get this far and just come up just a little bit short.
Yeah, and a great effort by Wilburton, starting this game off very slow. Started it off on a 0-8 run, but at the end of the day, when the clock hit 0, they were victorious. So congratulations to the Lady Diggers.
And you see there Vandenberg holding the plaque to commemorate what this 2019-2020 Wilburton Lady Digger basketball team able to achieve here in the postseason. Some memories that these girls will probably hold on to for the rest of their lives, Dion.
Yes, very much so. You never forget the last one. And this, for some of these seniors, especially the 4 on their knees right now, taking this picture, this will be their last game on this court. And I'm glad to see that they came out with a victory and a trophy.
Well, nothing better to win in front of your home fans here in Wilburton, Oklahoma. But that's not the only game we have for you today, as we're going to have the men's consolation championship game for you next here on Bravado Wireless. Going to be between the Canadian Cougars and the OSSAA Tigers. We'll bring you that here shortly. We'll step away and be back with the next game after this.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the expressed written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.